Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to class.
Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to class. Give me that your caller, Lee. And Ola Nurudin Useji. All right, so today is the D-Day, the first day of practicals. And the beginning of that awesome journey. That beautiful journey. That journey which by yourself will be tasking and peculiar, but with a mentor, be really, really interesting. All right, guys, so let's start. Okay. Before we go into cloud and begin to set up servers so that we can practice Linux, let us try to understand some fundamentals. All right, so for that, I'm going to use a paintbrush to explain some concepts. All right, Control. All right, guys. So the whole idea of information technology is built around the concept of computers, or these days, not just computers, devices communicating with one another. So if I had a computer, still allow me to use that term, and that computer is all alone by itself and not connected to anything else, we call that kind of system, I hope you can see my paintbrush.
Yes.
We call it standalone. Standalone is just as good as a typewriter. You can only do things by yourself and you are not connected to any other system. Therefore, it's almost useless, especially in these days. What makes computers useful and therefore result in IT is the ability of the computer to connect and communicate with other computers, not just locally within the building or within the city, but with computers and devices all over the world. It is this concept of one computer communicating with another, whether within the same building, resulting in small networks called LANs, or across LANs through public networks to other LANs. In other words, this computer here within this local area network can communicate with this computer here on another local area network through the public network. So this concept, this idea of computer communicating with another computer, communicating with another computer, communicating all over the world, in fact, resulting in the biggest kind of intercomputer communication called internet, is what is the foundation on which information technology is built. Therefore, let us first gain an insight into networking, just an overview, high-level insight, because like we said, it is the foundation, bedrock of IT. All right, so when you have computer 1, computer 2, computer 3 within a building, like we said, usually if they are connected through cables, then we have a switch where the tables terminate. All right, so it is through this switch that these computers communicate with one another. I mean, it presents the link, the road, the communication path all right, to transfer data, for example, from computer 1 to computer 2, the data will have to pass through here to the switch. The switch will switch these ports together, and then that connection will be established, and then that data can be transferred. Now, when it's a small network within a building, it is called local area network. What if you now have connection within a building, and that connection within this building forms the head office for the organization that you work with? And then this organization has branch offices. All right, so what you have is head office here, but branch offices across the country or maybe the state. So you'd have something else here, and then you have something else there, for example. So this is LAN. This would be LAN 1, LAN 2, LAN 3, where LAN is simply 1 computer, 2, 700, 715, 800 computers, all network together, all right, through running cables. And by the way, it is not only cables. Sometimes you also have, in fact, more frequently these days, you also have computers connected together, not through cables, but through wireless. So the sign for wireless is that sign, like thunder sign. And then because you are not running cables, instead of a switch, what you have here is access point. So for a wireless network, wireless compared to wired, instead of switch, you have access point. Access point is just a wireless switch. The switch that does not take cables, but accepts. By wireless, it simply means there are, the air contains so many different kinds of waves, radio, electromagnetic waves, that is responsible for carrying or even the voice, radio signal, TV signal, telecom. So wireless simply means it's using one of those many, one range of those spectrum of electromagnetic waves. All right. So, but the point I'm bringing out here for you as IT person is that there is always a gate that allows you to get out or come into the network. In IT, this gate is generally termed gateway. Gateway. And the device that handles this gateway, that stays at this gate to monitor not actually to monitor, to allow or deny traffic from either going out or from coming in, that man is called the router. So the router will mount the gate to say, this packet, you are sending data from this computer to this computer, all right? So you are allowed to come to the access point, and the access point will direct you to this computer so that through that link, you can send your data. But if that same signal now attempts to go outside the network to this network, it will not be allowed, it will be denied. The device that takes care of that denial is the router. And then if this computer is sending a data, computer 1 within LAN 1 is sending data to a message to computer 2 within LAN 3, then it will come to the switch, and the switch will look at the packet and say, this is for external. This is external destination. And then to give the router. The router will look at the packet and confirm that, yes, this message is going outside. They do not allow that packet to pass through and go into the public network, from where it cannot be routed to the specific network. Then at the gate of that specific network, the router welcomes the packet and then asks, who are you? Where are you coming from? And then it recognizes all of that information in the body of the packet. And then based on that, it's allowed to come into the switch. The switch is the local manager. And the switch will now determine, oh, you are going to computer 2, okay, I will allow you. It will now put that data, that segment on the port to computer 2, and then computer 2 will be set. All right. So this also has a gate manned by a router. All right. So we are going to call this router. And then we are going to call this router. Are you following me so far? Hello, students.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I'm following.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I need to hear you once in a while just to give me the feeling that you are there. All right. So what is this device? What is the place of a router on network? What does router do on the network?
It's the gateway and allows organized data to pass through. Traffic
It's the gateway that does what?
allows organized. Somebody's microphone is on. Ouch. It's the gateway that allows or denies, it monitors or allows or denies traffic into the network.
Okay, so without that one, it's not complete. Into and out of the network. All right, beautiful. So what is this part of this thing that I draw here, this plot? What is it? What am I using this one to represent?
Is that the public network?
Yes. So when we say public network, actually what we have in mind to break it down is usually the internet. Not all the time, but 80% of the time. All right. So this one is a LAN, a local area network within the head office. One building representing the head office or the vice chancellor's office of a university. Faculty 1, faculty 2. But together, all the LANs would form one big network, right? This big network, okay, let's make it a little bit complex so that you really understand the real meaning of the word that I'm trying to use. Let's say it's not just as simple as one corporate network. This, by the way, what makes a computer corporate? Let me explain something. When I say a corporate network, what I mean is this. When I say a corporate network, I mean that one of these systems, one of them, maybe this one, is a server. And how do I know? What do I mean when I say this computer is a server? I mean that it is running a server operating system within a LAN. The server operating system that we normally use within LANs is Windows Server. Windows Server. Anything that starts with Windows Server, whether Windows Server 2020, 2016, whatever. Windows Server is the server operating system for local area network. Local area networks are small networks, by the way. They are small networks of 300, 700, 1,000, 2,000 computers. These are small networks. All right. So the operating system that must run on at least one of the computers to manage all of these other resources within the network. By resources, it would be the user accounts, the number of systems on the computer, the number of other resources, who and who has access to what and what. It's a long list. It's a long register of resources alongside who and what can those resources do. Actually, I do not intend to complicate this. That long list of resources is called Active Directories. Active Directory in Windows, but we are not doing Windows. Now, when we have at least one of the system running a server operating system, we call this LAN a corporate network or a corporate node. So the meaning, corporate simply means that there is one system running server operating system. And there was a big deal. So if one system is running server operating system, what's the big deal there? The big deal is that the server operating system carries special features that the entire network uses for security. So it is this security that makes server operating system big deal. And it is because of this security that we call that network a corporate one. Yeah, I've said so many things, right? Well, let's see if you can put the pieces together. But before I test you to see if you can put the pieces together, I can also have another LAN of the same number of computers as that one. Computer 1, computer 2, computer 3. Computer 2, computer 3, and so on and so forth. But this time, I will not have any of them running a server operating system. This one is running Windows 10, this one is running Windows 11, this one is running Windows 10, and so on and so forth. None of them is running Windows Server operating system. In other words, none of them is running server. Yes, I can also have a network from here. Why not? I also have a LAN. It's a network. However, because none of them is running a server operating system, then this network is not secure. It does not carry the security feature that Windows Server operating system would have provided. So for that reason, this is not called a corporate network because it has no server OS running there. Instead of corporate network, it's simply called small office, home office network. Okay, so let's go. Let's try it. So I can have a local area network of 300 computers. And none of the 300 computers is a server. None is running a server operating system. True or false? Can I have a local area network of 300 computers where there is no server?
True.
True.
Correct. Please take note because you may not write these things down. In any case, you have the video. You can watch all over again and make notes of this. They may not ask you directly at interviews, but the questions they ask you at interviews require that you have this understanding. All right, good answer, true. And also, I can have another network of 300 computers, but this time I have at least one of the 300 computers running a server operating system. True or false?
True.
Correct. The network running a server operating system, what is it called?
A corporate system.
Corporate LAN.
Network. Corporate network.
Yes, corporate. Yeah, it could be LAN. No. Network, LAN is one category of network in terms of the size. So if it's a corporate network, you are right. If it's a corporate LAN, you are right. And then the other network that does not run a server operating system, what is it called?
Home office network.
Small office,
network.
home office, SOHO. Small office, home office. All right, correct. When you introduce a server, by a server, I mean a computer running a Windows Server operating system. When you introduce a server into a LAN, what have you brought to that LAN?
Security.
What? Security. So the difference between the LAN of a bank and the LAN that you have in your home is security. The bank security the bank corporate network. In fact, the bank network is secure. That is why it is called. It's because of that security that is called. But your own network is not secure because it does not run the server operating system that carries the security. Therefore, it's called small office. Awesome. Any question on that? No question, right?
No questions.
Okay. Now, when we have all of these networks, this is one corporate network, this is another corporate network, this is another corporate network. But in reality, this is not a commercial venture. In commercial venture, you actually want to have maybe like 3,000 or 3 million mobile phones, all right, as part of this network so that these mobile phones can communicate with one another, like Verizon or AT&T and so on and so forth. So it's not just that this network is not just connecting their corporate offices, it's also connecting their customers. Zoom, for example, as we are using Zoom, it's also using their app, the Zoom app that we are using now, to connect their customers. So networks is not just about I have an office and I'm connecting, commercial networks, and I'm connecting my offices. It's actually about I have customers and I'm using these offices to serve my customers. And these my customers are remote users all over the world that have access to the service that I'm using these offices to provide. All right. A good example would be, of course, almost all apps are accessible through mobile phone these days. So yeah, so a good example would be that the app that you are using this infrastructure to provide is available on mobile phones, and they are mobile apps, so to speak, and therefore they are accessible via 1 billion mobile phones across the world. When you now have this kind of network of not just some 10,000 computers scattered around your corporate offices, but also some 1 million or 2 million mobile subscribers to your services across the world, you say you have an enterprise network. Enterprise network. This is the big network that we're interested in. This is what you are trading. Enterprise networks will deal with thousands, millions, even billions of concurrent devices on the network used by your subscribers, end users, customers across the world, all over, no restriction. All right. Now, to manage this local area network within the bank where you work or within the corporate organization where you work, your network administrator will be sitting here. Network administrator will be sitting in this server room where you have your Windows, using your Active Directory to manage your entire resources. For this LAN in this office, there is no Windows, right? So there'll be no network administrator here because there is nothing to administer, no security to administer. Administration simply means you are checking who is coming in, who is going out, not manually, using the right applications, and then denying and allowing access to users and to resources according to the security policy of the organization that you work for. So for this one, let's say this one is the server. So the network administrator will be sitting here. Now, because you need to manage all of this network centrally, there is now need for another server here. This server is managing the local, but this server will now manage the entire enterprise. Whereas this server is running Windows Server operating system, this one cannot run Windows Server operating system to manage 2 million customers or 2 million devices on the network. Windows Server will crash under this weight. So the kind of operating system that is designed to manage enterprise networks of millions of subscribers of devices is called Linux. So in this server, you are going to have an enterprise operating system. An example, in fact, it's not even an example, the real deal today is Linux. Linux. Linux is spelled L-I-N-U, Linux. You got it? So
Yeah.
do you see the place of Linux now in this whole overview?
Yes.
So from computer, we went into, from standalone computers, we went into LANs. From LANs, we introduced routers to interconnect LANs to form what we may call internetworks, but for this one, we're elaborating it to actually include other devices from customers, and then you now have an enterprise network. Enterprise network is not small network, it's big network. Enterprise means big. Therefore, you need a special kind of operating system that is stable under the weight of 2 million people accessing the resource at the same time. It will not go blue, it will not crash, it's not heavy, it's easy to, relatively easy to manage, it's light. All of the, in fact, you can list 18 advantages. All of those advantages are not found in Windows. Even Windows by itself agree that their system can manage up to 10,000 devices. But these days, even my own tiny company is already having more than this. Therefore, you need a more robust system that can handle 10 million devices and above. That server be managed by the Linux operating system. All right? So you are going to be enterprise network administrators after you have understood Linux. You now be in a position not just to manage LANs, which you are going to grow above, but to manage a whole enterprise. For management of LAN, we leave that to people who would go and just like you are here trying to learn Linux and learn cloud, there are other people in other classes trying to learn Windows Server Administration. So they will be managing LANs, and then they will be reporting to you. When it comes to managing resources locally within the office, they are in charge. But when it comes to, we cannot see head office, and we're trying to do this, when it comes to things that have to go beyond there, then it's the work of the network person. There, you may come in there. All right. So having understood all of this, what we want to do now is we don't want to do all of this physically, like I explained earlier on. Everything that we drew earlier on and we called enterprise, all right? We want to move everything into cloud. So we are going into cloud to set up that enterprise net server, put Linux there, and then use this enterprise server to manage all of our millions of subscribers to that service. In your own case, you are not working on a live network, so you might be able to test the workability of whatever you do here by logging in from your laptop, maybe from 2 or 3 of your laptops, asking your colleague to giving us, all of us, the IP address and letting us see if we can connect to the service that is set up here. If one person can connect, second person can connect, third person can connect, even one person alone, then it's as good as that service is good enough for everybody to connect. If one person cannot connect, then you have to go back in here and see what did you do wrong and do that, make that correction so that everyone is now able to connect. All right, guys, so you good? Any questions so far?
No question.
Are you sure, everybody? Questions?
No questions.
All right. So We are not going to run our enterprise in physical form. We're going to run it in virtual form. We are going to set up a virtual machine. And then we're going, I hope you know that when we say enterprise, we're actually talking about the machine and how it is configured to run enterprise. We are not necessarily talking about adding 2 million customers. No, we are basically talking about what you would do on the machine to achieve a particular goal. All right. All right. So now that you have that understanding and you say there's no question, the next you want to do now is to take you into one of the 3 popular cloud providers, in this case, AWS. And then we'll take you into AWS Cloud. And then you set up an AWS, an account that will allow you to practice everything you need to practice to become a cloud solution architect. All right. And then, of course, yeah, we'll take it from there. If there are still no questions, then let's go to cloud now and set up. Okay. All right, so we go to cloud, you come here. All right. So you come here and you say aws.amazon.com. All right, you press enter, aws.amazon.com, like you have it. I hope you can see my screen.
No, sir.
Okay, no, you don't see.
We
So
can't see your screen.
Yeah. Yeah, screen. All right. This. So I load my browser. For example, I load let me start. So I come here and I type aws.amazon.com. You got it? And then you press enter. All right, so it brings you here. So once you come, you should be doing it now. I will give you time to do this because we all need to get this right so that we can be practicing. Ideally, you should be watching me and then you do it later. But since this is the very first foundational thing you must get right, I'll wait for you and work with you to do it. All right, so type aws.amazon.com on your browser. if you can, I know that some of you may be working. Anyone succeeded yet?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here I'm saying sign into the console. What do you see?
I see create an AWS account.
Correct. Who else sees that?
Me too.
Oh, great. Let's wait for one more person to confirm that they can see create AWS account.
Yes, I see it.
You too?
Yes.
All right. Now, I am not saying that because I already have an account. But in your own case, you are going to see create a new AWS account. So you click that. Click what you see, create a new AWS. And then, what's your most reliable email address? Preferably Gmail. Enter your email address and the name that you wish to call the account. And then, in my own case, All right. So keep filling the form. And then at one point, you will go to your email address that you provided and go and verify through the link sent to you that, yes, this is a valid email. So you're just going to complete this form like you are registering a new email address. I mean, you should not be familiar with it. Did you get it, or do you need me to explain it?
I have an account, so is it fine if I use it?
Yeah. Oh, you already have an AWS account. Sure, it's fine.
Yes. Okay.
I dropped off
All
for a
right.
minute. I lost you.
Do we choose?
Sorry, I dropped off for a minute.
Do you see this sign? Can you see my screen?
Yes, this root user email address, is it our
Just
personal
enter an email address.
emails?
That's all. Enter a valid email address.
Okay.
Yeah. Just enter a valid email address.
Should we select business or personal use?
Personal.
Yeah, I've gotten to phone number, region. I'm filling that out now.
Okay, just continue. At one point, you ask for your credit card info or debit card info. Provide it anyway, because you need to provide it to move on, to go ahead. Otherwise, you know, it's not going to charge you, but it's taking it as a shorty that if you go do what you are not allowed to do, maybe charged. Or I'm going to guide you as much as possible so that you don't fall through. All right, so what stage are you at now? Has anyone gone to their email address to verify?
Yes, I verified now. I'm on.
Yes, my email
contact
address has
information.
been verified. I'm putting a password now.
Awesome, you're making progress.
Is it going to be, how do you plan to use AWS? Business, personal?
Personal.
Okay, fun. Just want to be sure.
Yeah. You making progress?
Yes, just putting my card details right now.
Yes, go on, that's fine. So
It says select the support plan.
Select what?
Select a support plan. Basic support.
Whatever is not charging you, it's okay.
Okay, basic is
No,
free.
then charging you.
Yes, basic is free.
Okay. And free is fine.
Complete sign up. Okay.
All right. So who else is signed up to that level? Don't worry, we're not rushing. Just take your time. Just get it right. All right. So any of this?
It says root user or I am a user.
Hold on.
Okay.
We'll do that together. Any other person at that stage now? Okay, how many people are
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm on the stage now.
Okay.
I got an error response.
All right, what's the error?
I think it's with my payment information.
Oh, okay.
I tried using my Nigerian card.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's a problem with your payment information. To
Mm-hmm.
continue, sign into your account and update your payment information.
Yeah, maybe use a different. Yeah, that's normal. I mean, it's not the first time you're experiencing that, right? It's normal with Nigerian cards. So what you do is just take your time to resolve that. Make sure you have something in the card, even if it's just 2,000 or 3,000 naira. And then if it doesn't go through, maybe you try a different one.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to have a valid card to proceed from that. But you're good once you resolve that. All right. So we have 2 people waiting now. Any other person waiting to log in that has created the account successfully? Waiting to log in means that you have successfully created the account. Let's wait for one more person.
Yeah, I'm waiting to log in too.
Okay, that's fine. So
Yeah, I've done my own. I have the account already. So,
oh, beautiful. So are you all here now at this stage where it's asking you? I mean,
Yes,
this
sir.
screen. Oh, beautiful. All right. So at this screen, you are going to leave it at root user. Don't click here. Just leave it as it is on my own screen, root user, and then enter the email address that you provided, that you used to create the account. Enter it here. And then click next. And then provide the password that you entered when you created it. You see, provide the correct password. You say sign in. And there you go. this is cloud. Welcome to AWS.
Yeah.
This. All right. But we're not here to study cloud yet. We'll study cloud under AWS. And then, of course, there are so many services relating to Internet of Things, to machine learning, to management. These are different specializations in IT. Robotics, satellite, security, identity, and compliance, developers, databases. These are different. And within databases, for example, within containers, there are many tools. Within compute, there are many tools. Within media services, there are many tools. Altogether, if you want to sum up all the tools that are available as of today, we have close to or just over about 2,000 different tools. So one person cannot learn all those tools in a lifetime. So therefore, even as we are coming into cloud, we are learning the 15 to 20 basic tools that will help us architect solutions in cloud. And then after that, we can now decide, okay, we want to major in machine learning, and then we can go deeper into that, or we want to major. But for now, like I said, we'll do all of that in AWS. For now, why are we here? The reason we are here is to set up a server and then run a Linux operating system on that server so that we can simulate an enterprise environment and begin to practice Linux commands for managing enterprise environment. All right, so to do that, what you want to do is search amongst the thousands of services that are available in cloud for the services that spin off servers. That service is called EC2. So you go to your search and look for EC2. EC2 is the name for virtual servers in cloud. All right, so you take EC2. Everyone able to do that? EC2.
Yeah.
Great. Who else?
Yes, sir.
All right, one more person.
Yes, I've done it.
Awesome. Is anybody signing in from two systems? Ola. Is it the same Ola?
Yes.
Good Lord.
Ola. Okay, so Ola is signing up from two devices, right?
Yes.
All right. So now that you see EC2, let us go to, you may click this, there are many ways, but for now, just click instances, running instances. So let me now show you how to spin up a server in cloud and put a Linux operating system. Let's go. So you click launch instance. Yeah, you can do it simultaneously. I'll wait for you. Click launch instance. And then this comes up. All right. What name do we want to call this instance, this server? Let's call it, any name is okay. Maybe like practice server.
Yes, sir. I have an error.
What's your error?
The website logged me out, and it just told me to confirm my identity.
Okay. Who is that?
That's the website.
Who is having that problem? What's your name?
Needed.
Okay, so did you get the confirmation email and did you verify?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so try and log back in. Go back to aws.amazon.com. You sure you got your password right? You want to type your password somewhere and then copy. So click sign into the console. And this time ensure that you provide your username and password correctly.
I can see complete sign up.
Complete what?
Complete sign up.
Sign out, right?
No, sign up. Complete your AWS registration.
You didn't complete the first one. The registration you thought you completed was not completed. So you need to go back. Or maybe
I feel
abandon.
like it was because of my payment method.
Okay, are you the same person that had a payment issue?
Yes, yes, sir.
And if it was you, I told you now that you cannot proceed without. So did you expect that to allow you go? No, it will not. You need to have a valid payment method for it to allow you to proceed. So your account is not created yet because of the payment issue. So outside class, see how you can resolve that. One way is ensure you have money in the account and the card is active. If that is already fine, then maybe you want to try another card.
Okay, sir.
So for now, you just watch us and understand how things are done so that by the time you resolve the payment, the card issue, you're able to practice. All right.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
quick question.
Yeah.
The name that you gave it, practice server, did you put the underscore on purpose? Must there be an underscore?
No, there mustn't be. Anything is okay.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah. In fact, I can call it server 1. Just anything. I can even call it 1. All right. So let's go down. Here, I'm going to see that there are different distributions of Linux that I can pick from. I have Amazon Linux. Let's do all of that in cloud. Don't worry about that. Let's just take Amazon Linux. So we'll take Amazon Linux, leave it there. And then we'll scroll down. Under instance type, leave it as T2 micro. Don't change it. If you change it, you may be charged. But this one is free. By the way, the account that you just created allows you 750 hours per month to use AWS resources free of charge to learn, to train, to practice, provided you are always using the resources that are marked free tier eligible. If you go and use this kind of resource that is not marked free tier eligible, you will be charged at $8 per hour. So if you leave that on for 1 month, imagine how much you'll be paying. All right. So leave it as free tier eligible. T2 micro, the default value. T2 micro. All right. So you don't say I didn't want you and then you already spent $50 when you have not even done anything. So I needed to emphasize that. Free tier eligible, always. So come here, create a key pair. Do you see that? This key pair login. When you get there, click create a key pair. And give it any name. We'll explain this later in AWS, but for now, give it, what's this October class? October class. Key Give it any name you wish, maybe your name, and then say create key pair. All right. So that key pair that I created was automatically downloaded for me. Look at it. Can you see my screen? That it was downloaded for me. No problem. Are you still with me or am I on my own? Everybody follow?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll scroll all the way down and that's it. I will say launch instance. We'll click launch instance. Now, our server is being created and our server has been successfully created. All right. So if we click the server ID, and this is the server, I named it 1. That is why I'm seeing 1. All right, and this is my server. If I click that server, that is it. All right. If I click connect, and I come here and I click connect, this is the inside of my server. This is the inside of my server. If I do not know Linux, then I'm not able to manage this server. I'll just be staring at it. I'll be staring at it. I don't know what to do. All right. So we are here to learn. This is the command line interface that you call CLI earlier on. It is from here that I run Linux commands to tell my server what to do. And command the server to do stuff for me. All right. Were you able to get here?
No
I need
problem.
everybody.
No.
Yeah, I wait for you. So are you having problem? Everyone who was able to create a account successfully, I need you to be able to get it. All right, so if you need me to pick you up, what are you? Let's go back.
Okay, so from instance ID, what do? I click on that?
No, I did not mention instance. So let's start all over. So let's create an instance now. All right, so I go to instance. I go to launch instance. Look at it. Can you see my screen? Launch instance. Everyone here? Yeah. I provide a name. I'm following the person that's you guys are not recording, so I'm not sure if you're following. So I provide a name here. Any name is okay. I can see true. I answer only 2 questions here. I provide the name and I go all the way down to say create key pair. That's all. Did you create key pair the first time?
Yes, I did.
Okay. There's no need to create another key pair. Just go to select and take the last key pair that you created. You find it here. It will be listed here. Do you see it?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah?
When you get to create key, you put a name for it.
Yes. Put any name that you will remember. When you click create key pair like this, okay, let's go through. So let's say create key pair. Look at it. Enter key pair name. That's all you enter. What name do you want to call it?
I already
My
put
key
a name
pair.
for it.
Yeah, that's fine. So a name like that is okay. And then you click create key pair. Once you click create key pair, it will be downloaded to your computer for you. That key pair will be downloaded to your computer for you. All right. But in my own case, I already have the key pair, which is already downloaded. Look at it, October class key pair. I'll just take that. Those are the only 2 questions you answer. The name of the server you are creating and the key pair. Once you provide those 2 answers, come here and say launch instance. Can you say launch instance?
Yeah.
So click it. All right, so I'm going to click my launch instance. So my instance is now being launched. And my instance has now been launched. I can click the instance ID directly. Yeah. And I see that the instance is right there. I called it true. The one that I created earlier on as one is still there. So I created one earlier on. I just created that one. Did everybody create keeper? I mean, instance?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Who is not able to create instance? Apart from the person whose payment didn't go through. Let's come back and help you create an instance.
Just something a lot of I'm still driving, but when I get home, then I'll be able to create mine.
Yeah, sure, that's understandable. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I mean, who is sitting at system but is having error problem and it's not working?
Hi, this is Sylvia. I'm actually new here. I have an account from before, but I've been trying to access it to know. I mean, I've not been successful, so I'm just trying to follow what you're doing.
Yeah, let's create a new one right away. So,
yes.
Sylvia, did you have any
Yes.
problem clicking a new one?
That's what I'm trying to do now, but it feels like I have to restart because it's not even giving me access to create a new one. Because
a new account or a new, did you log in? Let's say it's from the beginning. Did you log into your old account successfully?
Yes, that's it. But then I didn't successfully log into mine because this one is requesting for authentications, which I have done severally, but it's not working still.
All right, so it's going to be hard for me to help you. Why don't we forget about the old account, which I do not know,
create a new one.
Create a new one, fresh one, so that I can help you.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's create a fresh account. To create a fresh account, go to AWS.
Yes.
So excuse me, guys. I know I told you we all need to get this right then from that point. So let's help. So go to aws.amazon.com.
Okay.
And then you press enter.
Okay.
Here, instead of signing to console, you should see, oh, okay, you already have an account. Okay, here you are going to go, click that, sign into console.
Okay.
But instead of providing your old username and password, let me log out. You should go down and look for create a new user account. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's the problem. The way mine is, I'm not even having those options come up.
Okay, let me log out so I can find out what it is. Let me log out, sign out. All right, so AWS, so comes here. All right, so scroll down. You are not seeing this option? Look at my screen.
Great new. What I have is sign in as I am user.
Then scroll down.
Yes,
move
okay, should I use this part? There's this part that says sign in using root user email.
No, I need you to create a new account.
Okay.
So see this scroll bar to my extreme right. Scroll down to the bottom of the page.
Yes, I am. I wish I could share my screen to show you the dilemma I'm at now. I think I'm just gonna have to create a new one all over again.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a new.
So if I go, yes.
You don't see this create a new AWS account?
Yeah, the way, don't mind me, I tried doing this before and I got to a point where I went straight to I am user. So with the I am user,
leave those ones. You are confusing things by taking the wrong route. We eventually get it wrong. So let's do it the right way. Take a screenshot of your screen and post it on the group. Are you in the group?
Okay. Yes, I am. I'll do that right now.
Just use a mobile photo snap and then post it. Venus October.
Okay. This is. Okay, this is what, this is where I'm at. And if you see, even when I scroll, I can't go way past that part.
Okay, so when you scroll to the bottom, this is the last place, right?
Yes, this is the last place.
Okay. So you need to want to create a brand new account. Remember this.
Yeah.
Sign in as root. Okay. The problem here is, did you type AWS dot? There's something you clicked that brought you here. This is not the right link. Did you sign in
AWS?
.amazon.com? Was that where you came in from?
Yes, that's where I came in from. Let me show you a picture of the screen. And then I went into sign into console, just like you said. So from that point, it brings me straight to that page I sent you earlier.
Okay, let me see.
Unless
Sign into the console. Okay. Now go to, instead of signing to the console, let's come here. Let's see. Let's go back to AWS. So instead of signing to the console, try this.
Okay, my account.
AWS account, my account.
Okay.
AWS account setting, billing, security. Let's try something else. AWS management console, account setting. Let's try. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try and enter something.
From the management console.
Is it different? What is true?
It's the same thing. It's just taking me back to that same page.
All right. So let me help you after.
Okay.
After class, let's log into your screen together and see.
Okay.
I'll be able to share your screen. All right. So for now, let's go on with this.
Okay.
Okay. So back to class. So where were we? So let's close this. All right. So let's log back in. So it's AWS, and then we say login, and then it should just take standard root user, nothing to change, and then just enter your email here. If it's something different from this, there's a problem. That will say next, and then provide my password, and that's it. I log in. Okay. So remember, we spinned up two. In my own case, I spinned up two servers, server 1 and server 2. Excuse me. They are still on because look at them. So in your own case, click the server that you created. Click the instance ID, the link here. Can you click it? Look at me clicking my. This is what I see once I click that link. Who does not see exactly what I'm seeing? Who does not see it in this format? You are seeing it, but it's in a different format. Can you see the public IP address of your instance? Can everyone see that?
Yes.
In this same position where I'm seeing mine, or somewhere else, in a different position, maybe somewhere around here. Okay. All right. So now that you can see the metadata of your instance, click connect. Look at connect. Can you see connect in yours? Your screen? Click connect. And then for the second time, click connect again. it brings you to the command line interface of your Amazon Linux. Everyone here now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So who is not here? I mean, everyone who has a system and have been practicing. All right, so now that you are here, let us start to learn Linux commands. If you don't know Linux commands and you type anything and you press enter, it will tell you bad command. If you ask Linux, what is my name? It's going to tell you bad command. I don't know what you're talking about. If you ask Linux, create a file for me, it will tell you bad command. So what are the good commands that you must enter then for Linux to say, oh, I understand what you need me to do, I'll go do it. The first command is clear. What does it do? I press enter. You see what
Deletes
is
everything.
to wipe the screen, clear. It's clear screen. All right. And by the way, I have a manual for you for this course. Let us bring up that manual. Yeah, okay. Can you see my screen? What are you seeing?
Yeah, you can see the screen.
You can see me try to open manual, right?
Yeah.
This it shouldn't be okay. Oh, I have a new system for training. So okay, so what are we doing? We are doing Linux. So this is my Linux, and this is your manual. So I will make this available to you after class. I will drop it. All right. So everything that we tried to do earlier on by setting up an EC2, I already have it in the manual. All right. Can you see the manual now?
Yes.
Just click launch instance and then enter the name that you wish to call the instance. You click leave it at AWS and then leave it at T2 micro. Don't change anything. Click create, keep here, and then leave everything like that and say launch my instance and this version. And then once you have that, you select the instance and then you click connect and then you come here. This is what we are. All right. If I will click connect, look at the connect. You can see more. All right. So now let's learn the commands. Let's start to learn commands. All right. So we talked about the different distributions of Linux. There are over 600 of them, but the most popular are Linux, Red Hat Enterprise, Fedora, Debian, Ubuntu, and so on and so forth. Of course, we'll learn on those ones after. Move on. Okay, so what are the commands so that I can begin to learn? Basic commands, right? So that is the shortcut, basic command. First of all, let us learn some navigation commands. All right? Navigation commands. So I'm going to teach you as many of these as you can learn. Now let's go. Of course, this is your manual. You'll be following this manual to practice. And the things that you don't necessarily understand in class, by the time you read through them, you should understand. All right. So let's go back to cloud. And here. Where are we? There is a long directory, a hierarchy of directory in Linux. To find out which of these directories am I currently working from, the command is print working directory, PWD. If I press enter, it tells me that right now I'm working from the directory EC2 user, which is in home directory. So I could do who am I? It tells me that the person currently signed in and working on this Linux terminal is, the user is EC2. So the user that is, because Linux is a server, it's an enterprise network operating system. So it means that many administrators can be signed in to the machine at the same time. And by the way, Linux is a server. It is not for users to operate. It is for you to serve users the application that you need them to access. Give me one second.
Is it me or did he drop off? It's me.
You dropped off. I can't hear you.
Okay, he dropped off.
I'm sorry, guys. I just tried to take. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then we might have to take just a few minutes break to let this person. All right. So we have learned 3 commands. So one command is clear. Another command is tell me where in this hierarchy I am. Print working directory. Another command is because of the possibility. In fact, not just the possibility, it's normal to have multiple administrators signing into a single server, performing their respective tasks. You want to know this session that I'm on now, who is this? Is this Osaji working? Is this caller? Okay, I am the overall boss. So I want to see who is currently logged in. Is it Ola? Is it Sheyi for me? The command is who am I. All right. So do you understand what those 3 commands do?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. That means you are going to find Linux easy. Another command is ls. ls means show me the list of directories, the list of the content, not just directory, of everything here. So ls, it tells me there is nothing inside this directory. Nothing. All right. All right, guys. So can we take this 7:20? Can we quickly take like 10 minutes break? We may have to do a bit extra today just to, I'll cover up for that 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, how long are the 2 hours or?
It's supposed to be 2
hours?
hours, but today the Linux class is 2 hours. But by the time we are done with Linux and you are comfortable with Linux and we're moving to the next course, it will be 3 hours.
Okay.
So this first 1 month is just 2 hours 2 hours per day, 2 days a week. And because we are just new to IT, so we are taking it easy and slowly with you. And then once you have that foundation right, then we'll be doing it.
Okay.
And 2 hours is just enough for us to cover everything we need. All right. So let's come back in 10 minutes, which is in 7. Let me put time in 7:20% at 7:30. All right. So the time being, be practicing the 3 that you already 3. Bring clear. Who am I and the other? All right, guys. See you soon. Let me put the time. All right, guys, welcome back.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to class. You guys good?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Excuse me, sir.
So, yeah.
Sir, I'm the guy that had the
Back.
payment issue. I've been able to resolve the payment issue.
Oh,
I don't know
oh,
if I can catch up.
beautiful. That's fun. Awesome. So, yeah, we'll just carry on and then let's see if you're able to catch up. Otherwise, I'll spend some additional time with you after class to see what you need. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Now, look at Windows. You see here? This is my Windows screen, my File Explorer.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this yellow briefcase I'm pointing at is called folder. So if I open the folder Linux, I just double click and I see the files inside the folder Linux, right?
Yes.
Now to go back to the old place, I click here, right? I go
Yes.
back. To open Kubernetes, I double click and I see the files inside. Now, this is because I'm using graphic user interface and I'm simply using my mouse to click the icons. But in this kind of environment, in Linux environment, how do I go about creating folder? For example, to create a folder here, I right click and I say new and I say folder and I give it a name. All right. So let's go and do this same thing, this navigation of folders in Linux. But remember, in Linux, it is not called folders. It is called directory. So in Linux, I just created a directory name. To go into the directory in Windows, I'll just double click and I say that there is nothing inside the folder. But in Linux, I'll show you how to double click to go into the directory to see that there is nothing inside. All right. So these simple things that are just normal, natural with Windows. You go up, you go down, you open. In Linux, you use commands to achieve the same result. Now let's go to Linux and see how that works. All right, so you come here. Now, if I do ls, it means that is like double clicking to say, show me the content. I want to see what is contained inside this directory. If I say press enter, it shows me nothing, which means there is nothing inside the current directory that I'm working from. And by the way, what is the current directory that I'm working from? This is the directory. Okay. And it's still a bit confusing. Now, let me say print working directory. I'm working from this directory. Let me move away from this directory backward, one step outward. So the command is cd change directory space dot dot cd dot dot.
Go back times 2.
Was that for us?
No.
So cd dot dot, what does that do? If I say cd dot dot and I say print working directory, it has moved me out of the directory that I was into the directory before it. So it moved me away from directory EC2 user to directory home, right? That is moving one step backward. If I do cd dot dot again, cd space dot dot, and I say, where am I now? Print working directory. It has moved me away from directory home into root directory. From root directory, if I say cd space dot dot, take me one step to the lower level. Where am I now? Print working directory. I'm still in root. So root is the foundational directory. Beyond root, there is no other directory. All right, I know it still confuses some people. Let me put this in diagram form so that you see what I'm talking about. Can you see my word, my notepad? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
My, what is called a pen brush. Okay, so what I'm explaining there is that there is a directory that is the fundamental directory. It is above this directory that you create other directories. This is the foundation. Is the fundamental directory. This fundamental directory is called root, and root is written like that. When I create another directory, okay, let's say this is directory. Let's get it. When I create another directory on top of this, what happened there was I had another directory on top of root called home. All right. And then on home, I had another directory called EC2 user. So directory is just folder. And what is folder? Just a place for saving files. So directory is a space that you create to put files, to save files in, like a cupboard, a shelf, the briefcase that you put stuff in. All right. So originally, when we started to use Linux, we were here. So when we did cd space ... it moved our working directory from there to here. And then from here, when we did cd ... it moved our working directory to here. So cd ... is used to move away from that upper part to the lower part. In other words, if I have ground floor, floor 1, floor 2. So cd ... will move me out of floor 2 to floor 1. And then this one will move me. And then by the time I get to the ground floor, what other floor is there to go to? No other ground, no other floor. So this ground floor, that is the one we call root directory. So to represent this directory, the part name is ground floor. Then what is the name of this one? Home. Then you put that sign again. Then which other one? EC2 user. So this is the directory part that we're working from. So it means that if we create a file here, whatever we do here now, we are working in this directory. Another way to look at it is you are in a hallway of a building, and then there's a door here. There's a door here. On this door, we'll say maybe 1. And then you open this door, you come into this room, and then you open the room. And then you see that there's another door from there, door 2. All right. So you open that door again, probably see, oh, there's another door somewhere, door 3. So moving from the hallway to this place is changing directory from here to here. And moving from here to here is changing directory from here to here. The command to move you from this space to this space is change directory. But the command to move you back from this place to this place is cd space ... And then once you are here, the command to move you back to the hallway is cd ... Is it beginning to make sense?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is there anyone who's still confused? It's clear to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. So let's go back and enter some more. All right, so we'll come here. And then we say, first of all, I don't even know where I am. It's not like Windows that will just show me everything and I know where I am. Here, I need to know where in the world, where in this hierarchy of directories. Because actually there are many directories. Let me show you. If I do ls, and I press enter, it's going to show me that there are many directories. There's a directory called bin, another directory called boot, another directory called dev, etc. So it could be confusing. This is like being in a maze. Where am I here? So to know where I'm working from, the command is print working directory. And it tells me out of all of these possible directories that I could work from, I'm currently working from the root directory. Right? There's a better way to represent this so that instead of showing horizontally like this, you will show vertically. And that command is ls -l. So it's showing me this representation, not in horizontal format, but in vertical format. I prefer this because I prefer to view. Because I prefer to view my directory in this format, you'll find me
-1.
-l list. So you are going to find me doing ls -l most of the time instead of just doing ls. ls-l. All right. So this tells me that I have many directories in the root directory, bin, boot, dev, etc. So if I wanted to go into this directory home, the command to do that will be change directory. Take me away from where I am now into the next level, level 1 or level 2 or whatever, home. All right. If I press enter and I say, where am I now? It's going to tell me you are no longer in the root directory like you were before. You are now in the directory home, which is on top of the root directory. All right. All right. So to take a look around to see what I mean, I'm just looking around. What is available here? What is in this directory? How many files are there? What other directories are there? What is the command? The command is ls. And like I already told you, I like to use -l with my ls command so that I see things vertically in the detailed format instead of seeing things horizontally in a skeptical format. If I do ls -l, it's going to tell me there is another door leading to another room in this current directory where you are. And that door is labeled EC2 user. Okay, I'm interested in that room. Take me into that room. So I'm going to say change directory, cd EC2 user. If I press enter, it's going to tell me, okay, let me pretend I don't know where I am. I'm not going to say print working directory. And it tells me, well, you are no longer in the same level you were. I have moved you from that level now to EC2 directory because you asked me to when you said change directory to EC2 user. So do you see how CD, the name of the directory, is used to go into the directory, and how CD space ... is used to move out of the directory? Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's play this thing. Let's do that one more time. So ls -l tells me there is nothing, absolutely nothing in here. But where am I? Print working directory. I'm here. So who can show me the command to move one step out of here into here? What's the command?
cd -.
This ... Correct. So if how do I know where am I? How do I know where I am?
EWD.
EWD. Awesome. And it tells me that that last command was correct because it's actually moving out of EC2 user into home. Correct. If I move out of home directory, what is the next level? What's this directory, the next level of directory called that I'll find my
It's
Root
root
directory.
root directory? Wow. Wow. Did you guys already know this thing? Well, you're doing well. All right, so cd space ... will take me to root directory. Like you said, I already know that I'm in root directory. In fact, without doing pwd, I can tell from here that I'm already in root. This one told me that I was in home. So by the time I did pwd, it confirmed that I was in home. All right. So without doing pwd, I'm already in root. But just to confirm, since you are still ABC, I'll do pwd, and it tells me that actually, yes, you are in root directory. All right, so what's the command to see everything, to list all of the content of the root directory?
ls-l.
ls, all right, ls-l to show me all of them. All right, who can show me the command?
Sorry, ls-l without the -l would still tell you the amount of directories, right?
Let's do it without the -l. Let's see, ls, no -l. Yes, it still tells us the amount of directory, but in a different format.
Okay.
All right. So the -l is called switch. So if you love what you are saying and you feel this is fine, then ls is good. Many people will do ls. For me, I'm not comfortable seeing it like this. So I normally would add -l so that I'll see it like. And by the time we are done learning Linux, I guess I believe that you would understand why and then I'm not. But what I want to do now, let me clear ls-l. Who can move me from my current directory, print working directory? Who can move me from my current directory root into the directory mounts?
cdmnt.
cdmnt, correct. And then it tells me that I'm actually in mnt. All right. I want to take a look around. What is in mnt?
pwd.
ls-l. There is nothing in mnt. pwd will show me the working directory, and I can already tell what the working directory is. All right, awesome. All right, so I want to get one step out of mnt to the floor below.
...
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're doing good. So let's go back to home. And then let's go back to EC2 user. Who can take me there? CD home, right?
Yeah.
ls-l, then CD EC2 user. ls-l. That's it. What are we? Print working directory? We are now in EC2 user. So now you know how to go forward into a directory and move backward out of a directory. All right, let's learn one or two more commands. I want to create a directory. I want to create a new directory inside here. The command to create a directory is make directory. Make directory. What's the name of the directory that you want to create? Let's create directory Tom. So make directory Tom. Press enter. If we now take a look around ls-l, we are going to see that we now have a directory. The directory we just created, Tom. All right. To go into that directory, what do? Will be cd, change directory to what? Are you still there?
cd dot.
So we want to go into Tom. We're not getting one step out. We're going into Tom. cd Tom. Okay. So it will be cd Tom. All right. So are we now inside Tom?
Okay.
Can you confirm that we're inside Tom? Are you convinced with this?
Yes.
Yes.
If you are not convinced, what would be the way to check?
Print working directly.
All right. All right. All right. So what do we have inside Tom? Let's see. ls-l, nothing. I want to create another room, another door leading to another room, another directory inside Tom. So what's the command? Make directory. This time, Let's call it Dick. We go into Dick, what do? Change directory. First of all, let's look around to see if that directory was created. The command is ls -l. So yes, Dick was created according to our instruction. So let's change directory to Dick. The command is change directory to Dick. So from Tom, we are now in Dick. Want to take a look around to see what files and what directories are there? The command is ls -l. Nothing. All right. Let's create one more directory inside Dick. The command is make directory Harry. All right. Is Harry there, or do you want to take a look around just to make sure? ls -l. Oh, Harry is there. Want to change directory to Harry? cd Harry. All right. What do we have inside Harry? Nothing. ls -l. ls -l. All right. All right. So what are we now? Print working directory. So we are currently in the directory Harry, and Harry is a directory inside Dick, and Dick is a directory inside Tom, and Tom is a directory in EC2 user, and EC2 user is a directory in home, and home is a directory in
Root.
All right. Everybody understands this, then it's a good way to start. Because in one day, you are now able to create accounts, set up a virtual server on the account that you created to run a Linux operating system. You're able to connect to the CLI of the server so that you can start to enter your commands. Yeah, that's enough for one day. So that the brain can gradually assimilate it. Questions?
Yes, sir. So,
Yeah.
sir, the root user has always been in the directory before every other one, right?
The root user here was created by default.
Okay,
the root user and the EC2 user. These are two users that were created by default by the system.
Okay.
So you didn't have to create them. But when we get to network administration, we are going to learn how to create additional users for each of you. But for now, those two came automatically with the system.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay. So is there something you need us to revise to show you how we got here? Do you need us to create one more server, spin up one more EC2 or something like that?
Yes, sir, please.
Or log out and log back in or something just to... Okay, let's just revise. Huh? What should we start? Let's log out and log back in and create it. And then please remind me to teach you how to terminate the servers that you created for the for practice purpose. If you do not terminate, your 750 hours will be counting, and when you exhaust those 750 hours, you now be charged. The best practice is once you want to practice, set up your resources and practice. Once you finish practicing, terminate all the resources. That way you can sleep with your eyes closed.
Okay.
You will not be charged. All right, so let's come in. So let's go back to cloud and repeat what we just did. What was the command to go to cloud? aws.amazon.com. Because I already have an account, it's going to show me sign into console. Come there, and I provide I should provide my username and password, but it still remembers. I only just logged out. It still remembers. So it's treating that as a mistake. That I logged out was a mistake. So it still remember my username and password. Otherwise, if I give like 10 minutes in between, maybe, or something like that, ask me for username. Anyway, I provide my email address and my password. It brings me here. In your own case, you may not see this window. This window is just showing me the last resources that I used. In your own case, it's a brand new account and you may not have used any resource. So to look for EC2, you manually come in here and look for the service that you are interested in. In this case, EC2. All right, so it comes up here. All right, this is EC2. All right. Right now, the 2 instances that we created earlier on, they are still running. That's why we have them. All right. But in your own case, you may not have anything running. And if you do have running, it's not a good thing. In fact, let's delete what we have running. So we'll come here and we'll go to instance state and we'll say terminate these instances. Are you sure you want me to kill them and delete them? You say yes. Those instances will be terminated. If you do not terminate them and they keep running, then you'll be charged for them. So they are shutting down. All right. So now that those instances are shutting down and they are no longer there, let me create new instance. So I go to launch instance. I provide the name of the instance that I want to create, and I provide a key pair. If I already have a key pair, I say use the one that I have. If I do not have one, I say create new key pair, and I give a name. That's all. Again, you will know the significance of key pair. All right. Having provided a name and a key pair, I say launch instance. Now the instance is launched. All right. I can either go here and trace the instance, or I can click here directly to bring me to the instance. This is what I just created. So I can this. I can check that box so that the instance is not active. And then I say connect. And then I say connect again. It brings me to the CLI. Here I can begin to enter my Linux. All right. What do I have here? ls -l? Nothing. Where am I? Office directory? Yeah. Who is logged in? Who am I? All right. Of course, I knew. I'm just telling you that these commands exist. All right. Of course, I can begin to practice my commands. So by the time I release this note, you now see that there is a command called print working directory. There's a command called ls. There's a command ls-l. There's cd ... and so on and so forth. We'll be learning them gradually. We will learn all of the commands. Then we'll get to this part that may appear scary right now, but very, very go all the way to the end. And then by the time we are done, I'll give you some sample interview questions for Linux. And then, yeah, that's it. We are just taking it easy at the beginning. So here, that was the revision. Anything else you need us to review? And then once you are done here, you can close the CLI window, go back to your instances. And you'll be saying, yeah, we terminated them. Why are they appearing again? Don't worry, they are just appearing for appearance sake, but they actually terminated. It's just their dead body, nothing. They're not active. So don't worry about it. But this is the one that is running now. You want to click that one, check that one, and ensure that it is terminated. All right, so that's shutting down, and then
Under resources, I have a security group. I have one showing. Is that okay?
I don't understand you.
So under
Resources for your instance? Under what resources?
go back a little bit.
No, my instances are terminated. But
Okay,
don't
okay,
yeah,
okay,
you don't need any business with a security group.
okay, because it's just showing
Don't-
one. So
One,
that's
eh?
why.
No, don't. You have no business here at all. All of this
Okay.
we'll learn when we get to AWS.
Okay, okay.
All right. Anything else you need us to revise? I mean, once you are able to do everything we've practiced today, I'm happy with that. So there's no need to try to learn everything one. All right. So to help everyone get to the level that we are at right now, I'll be waiting on the support group. Take screenshot of issues that you run into. Post them there. Okay. So one of you have actually resolved the issue. Then the other person, yes, I'll be waiting to support.
Okay.
All right. So, and then I forgot that now you understand the concept of networking. When they say corporate network, at least you can speak that language to some extent. Corporate network, enterprise network. You know what they mean. You know that the enterprise network person would earn more than the corporate network person. The enterprise network person will be an expert in Linux. The corporate network person will be an expert in Windows Server. And that cloud is about enterprise network. Servers that control everything on the internet, they are hosted in cloud. Right? So by going to cloud to set up that kind of server and learning that server, this is your first bold step into cloud engineering. Okay. Oh yeah, break bottle. Class is too quiet. Somebody, no worry person here. Yeah.
No worry, person.
Sorry, sir. I have a question.
Yeah.
So after when you get to launch an instance,
Yeah.
after you've added your name, what's the next step? Yeah.
Just can you see my screen? Put a name there and put your key pair there. Those are the only two steps.
Key pair.
Key pair. So if you have one already, use the one you have. If you don't have one, create one. Give it a name. My key pair or RT, whatever. So the minute you create one, next time it will now appear under here, like mine are appearing. There are too many already.
Okay, so you say I should download?
No, I didn't say you should download it. Once you create key pair, it will automatically download itself.
Yes, it's asking me to allow download.
Yes. We'll see the relevance of that download file later. Just allow download that.
So that I launch the instance.
Okay, I sent a screen grab to the group.
Okay, I'll check mine. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me grab.
Okay.
Verify provider. Which one is that? No, I didn't show you to go here now. Why are you going there? This person, you are not following class. Okay, so are you seeing my screen now? Let's
How do I
repeat.
get out of it?
Okay, let's show you. Let's see. So we are here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we say launch instance.
Mm-hmm.
We provide only two things here. If you try to provide anything that I say don't provide, then you are making it complex and you are leading us to cloud, which we are not ready for now. We are doing this. The only two things you provide are the name of the server, for example, server 3, and then I didn't come here.
But it's
So,
on there.
so the name of the server, server 3, then you go down.
Yeah, so this screen, all I'm asking is same verified provider is correct because I didn't touch it, I just saw it there.
Don't worry about it. Now, there are many things you will see here. You can't worry about them.
Okay, I was just
That's why I
concerned.
keep saying, after here, don't worry about this one. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about verified provider. Don't worry about, don't open here. Don't go up. All right. So don't worry about anything other than go all the way here. The next place that you should provide answer for is here. Keep
Yeah.
here. Keep here.
Okay.
So as for keep here, if you already have one, pick it. If you, and what's the way to pick one that you already have? The way is to come here to select.
Yeah.
And then all the ones that you have come up, take the particular one that you want to use. The one I created for your class is October class keep here. What if you do not have one already? Then you create keep here. And then you create that one. And then you say create keep here. And because I already have many, I don't want to keep creating. And then once you answer those two questions, then you click launch instance. And that is it. The instance will be launched. Only those two questions. Don't provide any other answer. Don't look elsewhere. All right, so once your EC2 is set up, your instance, your server, then you can connect to it by clicking the checkbox. You see it coming up, that's why the connect is not ready. All right, so it's ready now. So we'll click connect, and we'll click connect. All right, so watch the video, and then look at the manual, and then practice. You get more comfortable. And you already are. All right, so let's quickly terminate that instance before we begin to track them. So to do that, I go to instances. I see that I have this one running. I check the one that is running. I go to instance state and I say terminate. All right, so you have watched me, you have seen it. Now it's time to go and do it yourself so that you can claim the experience. You cannot claim the experience by watching me do it. You claim the experience after you have practiced. All right, guys, so that's it for today. Next class will be Wednesday, and then we'll learn more commands. The time being, I expect that you try to do these things on your own and you don't get them right. So that is normal. Take a photo of the issues that you have, post on forum, and I'll support. Yes.
Please, after when you see that running, how did you connect?
I just terminated it. So I clicked just like I have it now. I clicked here. Look at connect.
Okay.
So once I click this connect, it brings it up another connect here. Look at the other connect. So I click it again. I click connect 2 times. Well, I terminated the server already. That's why it's telling me.
I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That wasn't too hard, was it?
So if you want to practice,
Okay.
should we just
Not
practice
so,
the
not
things
so
we
bad
learned
for the
today?
first day.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. What was the question?
So I'm asking if you want to practice after today's class, should we just
Yeah.
practice on what we learned today, or we can make further?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
Yeah,
how long
ideally,
is
you
it?
practice what we learned today, and then you wait for me to do the next, and then you practice. But of course, if you're already an expert and you feel like practicing everything, that's something. Yeah, how long is what?
How
The
long
reading
does
for?
the termination disappear? Just asking.
Completely so that it doesn't, maybe 20, 30 minutes. But even, as long as it's showing terminated, even if it's still showing, it doesn't really mean.
All right.
For it to disappear completely, maybe it needs more time. Or by the time you log out and log back. All right, so that's it. I'll let you go now so you go. And then, like I said, I'll make the manual available because it's your step-by-step guide to practice. All right. We'll read the manual. Even all the questions you're asking in class, the answers are already. I'll give you them. All right, thank you, everyone. It was nice having you today.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.